7 bedtime habits silently messing up your blood sugar after 60. Habit number 1, irregular bedtime. My dear friend, let me start with a very simple question, but one that carries a lot of weight. What time did you go to bed last night? And the next question, what about the night before? Was it 9 p.m., 10 p.m., or maybe close to midnight? I'm not asking this to judge you, but because this is one of the very first things I want to know when I meet any patient over 60, especially if they're struggling with sleep, weight, or blood sugar. I used to think, like many people, that staying up late for a night or two and catching up later was no big deal. We're not young anymore, so we easily forgive ourselves. I couldn't sleep tonight, but I'll go to bed earlier tomorrow. But you know what? Your body doesn't forgive as easily. I want you to imagine your body as a grand symphony orchestra. Each organ, your brain, pancreas, liver, heart, is like a different instrument. They all need to follow a conductor, and that conductor is your internal body clock, what we call your circadian rhythm. But what happens if you go to bed at 9 p.m. tonight, then stay up until almost midnight the next night? The conductor loses their way. Hormones, especially melatonin and insulin, lose their rhythm. Melatonin, the hormone that helps you get sleepy and drift into deep sleep, gets thrown off. It's like the drummer showing up late to the orchestra. And insulin, the one that keeps your blood sugar steady, doesn't know when it should be working hard or when it can rest. I've seen this happen over and over in my clinic. One of my patients, Mr. Walter, he's 68, still fairly healthy, eats pretty well, but he loves staying up late to watch movies, especially on weekends. Sometimes he'd go to bed at 9 p.m. when his grandkids were visiting, but other nights he'd push it to 11 p.m. or even midnight if there was a game he wanted to catch. And he always told me, "But I sleep enough, Doc. 7 hours should be fine, right?" But his morning blood sugar tests told a different story. His levels were all over the place. Some mornings they were normal, other mornings they spiked high. He'd wake up feeling tired, even though he thought he got enough sleep. When you don't have a consistent bedtime, when your sleep schedule is all over the place, you're not just messing up your sleep quality, you're also throwing off your body's ability to regulate blood sugar overnight. Your body misses the chance to recover deeply. You can't naturally move into REM sleep. Your liver doesn't detoxify efficiently. Your pancreas, which produces insulin, gets out of sync. And over time, this quietly leads to insulin resistance, the root of prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. Have you ever felt like that? You stay up late one night, and the next morning you wake up with a foggy head, it's hard to focus, and you crave sweets or carbs like crazy. That's not just getting older. That's your body's natural biological response to disrupted blood sugar during your sleep. I'm not here to make you feel like you've done something wrong. I'm here to suggest something simple, something that could change how you sleep and how your body heals itself every night. The solution isn't in a pill, it's in your habits. Pick a bedtime and stick with it, whether it's Monday or Saturday, whether it's raining or friends come over. Remind yourself, I need to go to bed on time, not just to sleep more, but so my body can heal in rhythm. I could share with you countless modern medical studies on melatonin, insulin, and circadian rhythm disruptions. But sometimes what we need most is something deeply human. Your body needs a schedule, just like a child does. You wouldn't tell your grandchild to go to bed at 9 p.m. tonight, then midnight the next night, would you? So why do you treat yourself that way? In the next part, I'm going to share habit number 2, a habit many people think is harmless, even healthy, but it can actually throw your blood sugar into chaos every single night without you realizing it. And I'll show you a simple way to soothe your body before sleep so your blood sugar and your dreams can both stay steady. Habit number 2. Going to bed with a racing, anxious mind. I want you to imagine this moment. You've turned off the lights. The room is dark. There's no TV, no phone, just you, lying there in silence. But your mind refuses to sleep. Thoughts keep spinning through your head. Did I remember to take my meds for tomorrow? Will my blood sugar spike again in the morning? Why does my daughter seem so sad lately? Did I say something that upset her? Have you ever felt like that? We often think sleep begins when we close our eyes. But the truth is, sleep starts with what you think about, long before you get into bed. I've worked with hundreds of patients over 60, and one thing I've seen again and again, it's not that they're not sleepy, it's that they can't turn their minds off. When you're worried, tense, or even just overthinking, even about small things, your brain pumps out cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone you definitely need when you're in danger or need to be alert. But at night, cortisol is your worst enemy. It makes your sleep shallow, your heart beat faster, and worst of all, it signals your liver to release more glucose into your blood. And just like that, even if you didn't eat a thing after dinner, your blood sugar can climb sky high, all because you couldn't quiet your thoughts before sleep. I remember one of my patients, Miss Linda, 70 years old. She once told me, "I eat right, I exercise, I don't eat after 6 p.m, but every morning my blood sugar is still higher than normal. I don't understand why." We went through her food diary, checked her medications, everything looked perfect. Until I asked, "What do you usually do before bed?" She paused, then admitted, "I usually lie there worrying about the old house I still haven't sold, about my grandson who dropped out of college. I thought just thinking couldn't possibly affect my blood sugar." But those silent, unspoken thoughts were like knocking on cortisol's door. My friend, sleep after 60 is no longer just a physical act. It becomes a spiritual ritual. And like any ritual, it needs preparation. You can't expect peaceful sleep if just 10 minutes earlier you were arguing with someone on the phone, or scrolling news about politics, drug prices, or crime. You can't drag the weight of the whole world into bed with you and then tell yourself, "Now be calm." The solution doesn't need pills or even a doctor. The solution is you. It's how you enter sleep. I always tell my patients to do just one of these 4 things. You don't need all of them, just pick one. Write in a journal. It doesn't need to be fancy, just write down what's in your head so it doesn't keep swirling around all night. Listen to calming music, maybe a soft piano piece or the sound of gentle rain, something to guide your mind away from worry. Deep breathing. Place a hand on your belly, breathe in slowly while counting to 4. Exhale slowly while counting to 6. Repeat 5 times. Gentle stretches, like lying on your back and pulling your knees in. It softens your belly, warms your lower back, and calms your mind. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to recognize that sleep is something you prepare for, like you'd prepare a meal or a date with yourself. I want you to reflect on your own evenings. Do you give yourself the last 5 minutes before bed for peace? Or do you let that last news broadcast decide the quality of your sleep? I'm not saying you shouldn't care about the world. I'm just reminding you, you can't heal the world if you don't let yourself rest first. In the next part, I'm going to talk about a habit many still think is healthy, eating dinner too early or skipping it entirely. But is that really good for your blood sugar? Or could it quietly be stealing your sleep and energy? We'll continue that conversation right after this. For now, take one deep breath. And if you're watching this video late at night, maybe this is the perfect moment to write a few lines in your journal or put on some soft music. Because tonight, you deserve to sleep in peace. Habit number 3, skipping dinner or eating too early, a common mistake that disrupts blood sugar overnight. I once asked one of my older patients, "What time do you usually eat dinner?" He smiled and said, "Oh, I eat at 5 p.m. That way my stomach feels light and I sleep better." That's a very common answer and one that makes perfect sense, because we grew up with the belief that eating early or skipping dinner is the key to staying healthy. And the truth is, that belief is half right. But unfortunately, the other half is the very reason so many people over 60 find themselves tossing and turning at night, unable to figure out why. When you eat too early, say around 5 p.m., and then don't have anything else for the next 5 to 6 hours before going to bed, your body starts to enter a prolonged fasting state. For younger people, the body is still flexible and the insulin response is sharp. But after 60, things change dramatically. Insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar, isn't as sensitive as it used to be. The liver also slows down its work. So by 1 or 2 a.m., your blood sugar can dip too low, a condition called hypoglycemia. When that happens, your body goes into emergency mode. Your adrenal glands quickly release cortisol, the stress hormone, which tells your liver to dump sugar into your blood to rescue you. But the result is, you wake up in the middle of the night, your heart racing, feeling restless and struggling to fall back asleep. Have you ever found yourself waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. for no clear reason? No loud noises, no bad dreams. You just suddenly wake up, staring at the ceiling, tossing and turning. I've seen this pattern in hundreds of people. They think it's just old age insomnia. But in reality, it's your body reacting to being left hungry for too long. I remember working with a retired teacher, Ms. Margaret, 72 years old. She was extremely disciplined with her diet. No food after 6 p.m., no sugar, no carbs, no fruit in the evening. Herbal tea and lights out by 10 p.m. Sounds perfect, right? But she kept complaining about waking up 2 to 3 times a night, feeling exhausted in the morning and having shaky hands before breakfast. I suggested one small change. About an hour before bed, have a light snack, maybe a hard-boiled egg or a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt. Within a week, she came back and told me, "For the first time in years, I slept straight through from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. No middle-of-the-night wake-ups. And I woke up feeling rested, not weak." You see, we don't need a big meal before bed. What's important is not letting our bodies go into a deep fast right before sleep. A small nutrient-dense snack can make all the difference, like 5 to 7 almonds, 1 hard-boiled egg, 1 tablespoon of plain yogurt. Each of these provides healthy fats and protein to keep your blood sugar stable through the night. No big spikes, no stress on your liver or pancreas. I know that after 60 we start to fear everything that might raise our blood sugar. So many people become overly strict, cutting out every bit of carbs, skipping dinner, refusing to eat anything after 6 p.m. But sometimes, being too strict becomes its own burden. Especially when that restriction makes you sleep poorly, wake up tired, and struggle even more to control your blood sugar. Tonight, I want you to try something simple. When the clock strikes 9 p.m., take a moment to check in with your body. Do you feel a little hungry? Maybe a slight gnawing in your stomach? If you do, don't force yourself to tough it out. Give your body a small, gentle gift, a light, easy-to-digest snack with love. Not to eat late,
but to tell your body, "I know you're working hard through the night. Here's a little help so you can sleep well and stay balanced." For me, sleep is where the body heals most deeply. And to get that healing, we need to understand one thing: it's not restriction, but balance, that builds lasting health. Clapperboard habit number 4, drinking too little water before bed, the silent mistake that disrupts blood sugar and exhausts your liver and kidneys. I want you to remember something. Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling a bit groggy, your head heavy, your throat dry, and your body sluggish, even though you slept enough hours? One of my patients, Mr. Harold, 76 years old, once told me, "Doctor, I sleep 8 hours. But I still wake up tired. I don't know why." So I asked him a very simple question: "Did you drink any water before going to bed last night?" He shook his head. "No. I try not to drink so I don't have to get up in the middle of the night." That answer is so common. And I completely understand. No one wants to be jolted awake in the middle of the night to run to the bathroom. But did you know that going to bed even mildly dehydrated can directly affect your liver, kidneys, and blood sugar while you sleep? When you don't drink enough water, your blood gets just a bit thicker. That might sound minor, but even a small increase in blood thickness means your heart has to work harder to pump blood to your organs. Your liver and kidneys, the two detox plants of your body, depend on smooth, flowing blood to do their jobs. When circulation slows down, every process from detoxifying, regulating glucose, to cleansing waste is affected. And if you're living with prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or high blood pressure, that tiny imbalance can quietly push your blood sugar over the limit without you even realizing it. I know that after 60, we're often told, don't drink water after 7 p.m. to avoid waking up at night. But here's what most people don't say clearly: when you avoid water at night, you might be leaving your body exhausted while you sleep. Have you ever woken up with a dull headache, a stiff neck, or a parched mouth? Those are signs of mild dehydration during your sleep. I once worked with a sweet older lady named Agnes, 81 years old. She refused to drink anything after 6 p.m. "Why? I hate having to get up at night, my knees don't like it," she said. And what happened? She started having high blood pressure in the mornings, mild kidney function issues, and her morning blood sugar levels were erratic. I suggested something very simple: drink a small glass of warm water, about 5 ounces, around 8 p.m., not too close to bedtime. And keep a small container near the bed just in case you need to go. She tried it for 10 days. And at her follow-up, she grabbed my hand and said, "Dear, for the first time in ages, I woke up with a clear head, a calm belly, and no more aches. I never thought just a sip of water could make such a difference." And you know what? It doesn't always have to be plain water. Backhand index pointing right, a warm cup of herbal tea, like chamomile, can work wonders. Chamomile doesn't just calm your nervous system, it also gently supports your liver, helps balance glucose, and eases nighttime tension. The key is timing. Drinking it 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime is perfect, enough time for your body to absorb it without putting pressure on your bladder in the middle of the night. You see? Sometimes, the reason you're not sleeping well isn't your mattress or noise outside, it's that your blood is swimming in a state of dehydration. A small change, a warm glass of water or soothing tea, can soften your blood vessels and calm your mind. I've always believed, water doesn't just cleanse your body. It's a gentle message to every cell, saying, "You're not alone. I'm here to take care of you." And in the next part, we'll talk about something almost everyone has in their home these days: screens, phones, TVs, tablets. Could the blue light from these devices be secretly messing up your sleep hormones and blood sugar? Let's find out together, right after this. Clapperboard habit number 5, exposure to blue light before bed, the silent culprit disrupting your sleep and blood sugar. I want you to imagine this peaceful evening. You've showered, your belly is cozy with a warm cup of herbal tea, the lights are dim. But right before turning them off, you think, let me just catch the evening news. Or, I'll scroll through Facebook for a few minutes before bed, and that few minutes often turns into 30 minutes, even an hour. Is that true for you too? I'm not here to judge you, because years ago, I fell into that same trap myself: blue light from phones, TVs, tablets. It doesn't just glare in your eyes, it disrupts the natural regulation systems inside your body. You see, our bodies have a biological clock, called the circadian rhythm, which is mostly set by light and darkness. When the sun sets, your body starts producing melatonin, a hormone that makes you sleepy, relaxed, and ready for deep rest. But when you're exposed to artificial blue light right before bed, especially from screens shining directly into your eyes, your body thinks it's still daylight. And so, melatonin production is suppressed. You lie in bed, eyes closed, but your mind is wide awake like it's the middle of the day. Your sleep becomes shallow, restless, and you wake up easily. The next morning, you feel groggy, your blood sugar spikes, and you crave sweets. Have you ever felt like that? Slept 7 hours but woke up feeling empty? Your body tired for no obvious reason? Part of the cause could be the night before, when you let blue light seep into your eyes, your brain, and your natural sleep rhythm. I remember Mrs. Doris, a 68-year-old widow living alone. She used to tell me, "I just watch shows at night so I don't feel lonely. I watch 2 episodes before sleeping." But she had a series of problems: restless, shallow sleep, morning blood sugar higher than usual, feeling exhausted. Even though she did nothing strenuous, we tried a simple change. She turned off the TV and her phone an hour before bed. Instead, she listened to soft classical music, Chopin or Nat King Cole. Sometimes she'd read gardening books, an old passion of hers. After 2 weeks, she told me on a video call, eyes brighter than ever, "I never thought I could sleep this deeply at my age. I wake up feeling full of energy." You see? Sleep isn't just about how many hours you clock, it's about the quality. And that quality begins with the light you let into your eyes before bedtime. I always remind my patients, the light you allow into your eyes before sleep is the message you send to your body. If it's harsh blue light from screens, your body thinks, it's not time to rest yet. But if it's gentle, warm light, your body knows, it's time to heal. So what's a simple, effective change you can make? Backhand index pointing right 1 hour before bed. Turn off all electronic devices. You can switch on a bedside lamp with warm, yellow or orange light. It's soothing for your eyes and nervous system. Backhand index pointing right instead of screens. Try a paper book, gentle, calming music, or simply sitting quietly, closing your eyes, and breathing deeply. Even just 20 or 30 minutes like this can reset your biological clock, help melatonin release at the right time, and let you sleep more deeply with stable blood sugar. I know modern life is full of temptations. Screens feel like windows to the world. But remember, sleep is your window back to yourself. And if you choose to turn off your devices, you're opening up a chance to heal your whole body. In the next part, we'll take a closer look at a habit that seems harmless, your body posture before bed, yet can deeply affect your sleep quality and how your blood sugar behaves through the night. Don't miss it, because it could make a big difference. Clapperboard habit number 6: no winding down time before bed. The reason your mind stays awake even when your body is exhausted. I want you to imagine this for a moment. You've brushed your teeth, washed your face, and climbed into bed, but your mind is still racing. You think about the emails you didn't reply to. You scroll through the news, a car crash, inflation updates, a heated political debate. You pick up your phone one last time, then put it down with a sigh and turn off the lights. Your eyes are closed, but your mind hasn't gone to sleep. Have you ever been like that? I once asked an older patient of mine, "Sir, what do you usually do right before bed?" He chuckled and said, "I read the news, check messages from my kids and grandkids, then when I feel tired enough, I just go to bed." And he told me he'd been waking up startled in the middle of the night. Sometimes at 2 or 3 a.m., with no idea why. I told him something, and now I want to tell you too: we can't expect our bodies to rest if our minds are never given permission to stop. If you keep consuming information right before bed, whether it's news, work tasks, or even reading comments online, you're keeping your nervous system in a state of alertness. Your body might be lying down, but your brain hasn't stopped spinning. And what happens then, physiologically, is that your sympathetic nervous system, the system meant for daytime activity, stays active, releasing stress hormones like cortisol. And cortisol, as you know, raises your blood sugar, makes your sleep shallow, and keeps your body from truly healing. I understand. After a long day, we all want to stay connected, to know what's happening out there. But I always remind my patients, you don't need to know everything happening in the world right before you sleep. Because the world will keep turning. But if you don't pause to rest, your body won't have the strength to keep moving. One retired teacher I know, Marie, used to sleep poorly, with restless nights. Every evening, she'd read political news and check emails from a charity she volunteered with. When I asked her, Marie, do you take time just to breathe, simply breathe, before bed? She smiled, I don't even know how to do that, honestly. So we started with something simple, 10 minutes before bed. She'd dim the lights, put a drop of lavender essential oil on her palms, gently massage her temples and liver area, the spot that carries so much of our daily fatigue, then write down 3 things she was grateful for that day. After 3 weeks, she called me, her voice sounding years younger, I'm not just sleeping better. I don't have those tangled dreams anymore. I feel at peace, Emily. I haven't felt this way in so long. You see? We all need a winding down ritual, a gentle bridge from the outside world into our inner world. A scented candle. A meditation playlist. A handwritten journal. A soft massage on your belly or liver area with warm essential oils. It doesn't have to be complicated. But it needs to be consistent. Like a signal to your body, now is the time to let go. Now is the time to heal. Many studies show that a relaxing routine before bed, even just 15 minutes, can lower nighttime cortisol, improve the quality of deep, non-REM sleep, and stabilize your morning blood sugar levels. And especially, gently massaging your liver area with lavender or sweet orange essential oil can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the one that helps you relax, digest, and truly recover. Give yourself, every night, a moment of quiet. Not because you're weak, but because you deserve to heal. Just 10 minutes of stillness? That could be the moment that saves your entire night. And there's one more thing, something hardly anyone talks about. How you lie down, how you stretch and release your belly before sleep, can actually be therapy for your liver, your blood sugar, and your sleep. Let's explore habit number 7 together, a simple bedtime exercise I teach older patients to do right on the bed, no equipment, no strain. Yet incredibly powerful. Clapperboard habit number 7, not doing gentle belly movements before bed, the silent mistake affecting your digestion, liver, and blood sugar. Many people think going to bed means lying still, not moving a muscle. Just switch off the lights, put your head on the pillow, and that's it. But, have you ever felt this way? You've been lying down for a while, yet your body still feels heavy. Your belly feels a bit bloated or uncomfortable. In the morning, your mouth is dry, your stomach feels sluggish, and your blood sugar seems higher than usual. Here's the truth. When you lie still for too long without any light movement beforehand, your belly, where your liver, pancreas, and digestive organs live, becomes lazy. Blood flow slows down. Your liver doesn't get that gentle stimulation it needs to start its nightly detox work. Your pancreas doesn't get the reminder it needs to help regulate your blood sugar overnight. And this excessive stillness can actually make it harder for your body to drift into deep, restful sleep. I remember a patient named Charles, 74 years old. He's a cheerful man, but he often complained, I go to bed feeling fine, but I wake up with a heavy stomach and a foggy head. I don't understand why. When I asked if he did any light movements before sleep, he chuckled, movement? I just try to lie as still as possible so I can fall asleep faster. So we tried a very simple experiment together. Just 5 minutes every evening, right on the bed, no equipment needed, no strenuous effort. I taught him this exercise. Important notes: measure your blood sugar before and after the exercise. If it's below 6.0 millimoles per liter, drink a small amount of honey water or juice first to avoid dizziness or low blood pressure. For those with high blood pressure, breathe gently. Press slowly. For those with low blood pressure, breathe faster, press more firmly. Duration, repetitions, for healthy people or those with mild issues, 200 reps per session. Practice 30 to 60 minutes after eating. If you complete this, I'm confident your post-exercise blood sugar will drop significantly. For severe cases, cancer, kidney, or liver failure, 500 reps per day, split into 4 sessions, morning, noon, afternoon, and evening before bed. How to do it. The basic knee to chest movement: lie on your back. Use both hands to pull one knee towards your belly. As close as possible, exhale as you do it. Then switch legs. Each knee pull is like an internal massage for your liver, pancreas, and intestines. It's like telling your body, hey, nighttime is coming. Get ready to do your important work. Science calls this gentle activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, the system that helps you rest, digest, and recover. When you pull your knee and gently press your belly, you soften the abdominal muscles, improve blood flow to your liver and pancreas, and most importantly, signal your digestive system to prepare for work during sleep. This is especially important for people over 60, when our organs naturally start to slow down. Just this simple move, every night, can help you sleep more deeply, digest better, and keep your blood sugar more stable in the morning. 2 weeks later, Charles called me, laughing with joy. Emily, I never thought just pulling my knee up could help me sleep this well. I woke up with such a light, comfortable belly. My morning blood sugar was even lower than last week. I know, as we age, we fear doing something wrong. Afraid of hurting our backs, afraid of not moving the right way. But this exercise doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to breathe deeply and listen to your body. And if you'd like me to make a video tutorial with clear instructions for these exercises, please comment below so I know. My dear friend, ending your day shouldn't just mean lying down. It should be a small ritual to reconnect with yourself. A few deep breaths. A bit of gentle movement. A loving hug for your own body. Your liver, pancreas, and stomach, they're all listening. And if you send them a kind signal, they will help you sleep peacefully, dream sweetly, and wake up full of fresh energy. A good night's sleep doesn't just start in your head. It starts in your belly. Dr. Emily Herb. And finally, remember to support your natural sleep with healing herbs and calming essential oils. I want to share something truly simple with you, yet often forgotten in our noisy, modern world. Sometimes, to heal, we don't need a strong medicine. We just need the right signal, sent to the body at the right time. A gentle message saying, it's time to rest. It's time to come home. And that signal can be found in a small cup of tea, or a drop of pure essential oil. Teacup without handle. Chamomile tea, an ancient gift from nature. I had a patient, Mrs. Margaret, 68 years old. She was very careful with her health. But there was one thing she just couldn't improve: light, restless sleep filled with dreams, and waking up tired every morning. I didn't make any big changes. I simply added one thing to her evenings: a warm cup of chamomile tea, about an hour before bed. No sugar. No caffeine. Just dried chamomile flowers, as gentle as the last sunlight of the day. And do you know what happened? After 10 days, she called me, sounding like someone who had just stepped out of a beautiful dream. For the first time in 4 years, I slept straight through the night. I didn't know tea could be so gentle, yet so magical. Chamomile, also known as Roman chamomile, is an herb used since ancient Egypt to calm the nerves, support digestion, ease anxiety, and improve sleep quality. It doesn't just help you sleep better. It also reduces mild inflammation, stabilizes mood, and soothes the stomach, especially helpful for those over 50. Cherry blossom lavender essential oil, a healing scent for the mind. I often tell my patients, not every scent is just for smelling. Some scents are made to soothe memories. And lavender essential oil is exactly one of those. Before bed, I use a few drops of diluted lavender oil, 9 drops of lavender mixed with 10 milliliters of carrier oil, and gently massage it onto my forehead and temples. Soft, circular motions, sometimes with a quiet meditation song playing in the background. Just a few minutes, and that gentle scent can carry you far away. To a place with no deadlines, no TV noise, no racing heartbeat from a stressful day. Modern studies have confirmed that lavender can reduce activity of the sympathetic nervous system, increase alpha brain waves, the ones linked to deep relaxation, and especially lower cortisol levels, the main hormone causing stress and raising nighttime blood sugar. You can also diffuse lavender essential oil in your bedroom, 15 to 30 minutes before sleep, to create a complete healing space. I want you to remember this: your body listens to every signal you send before you sleep. If you send peace, rhythm, and care, your body will recover. But if you send stress, rush, and chaos, damage will quietly build up over time. So tonight, what signal will you send? A warm cup of tea, a soft scent, a deep breath? Or still the glaring lights and swirling thoughts? You don't need to change everything all at once. Just start with one small thing, repeat it every evening. Because your body doesn't need perfection. It just needs you to listen. Every night, you're writing a new chapter for tomorrow's health. Write it with peace. Dr. Emily, if you've watched until this moment, I believe there's a beautiful part of you that is waking up, the part that knows how to listen to your own body. The part that understands healing isn't something big or dramatic, but a series of small choices, repeated with a heart full of love. And if something from today's video has touched you, a thought, a memory, or a small action you'd like to try, I invite you to share it in the comments below. Because every word you write could be the light that helps another weary heart feel less alone. Thank you. I've slept better than I have in 20 years. Healing doesn't happen alone. We need a community, a place to remember we're alive and worthy of care. If you'd like to continue this journey with me, please hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the next healing videos. And if you found today's video helpful, share it with someone you love. Because sometimes, a gentle video is exactly what a tired heart needs to see. I'm Emily. I'll see you again tomorrow night, right here, at this same time. Bring your cup of tea, a deep breath, and a heart ready to receive something good. Sleep deeply tonight. And always remember, you deserve gentleness.